First off, I just want to say, rest in peace to Takeoff, one of the rappers with the group Migos. Um, I'm not going to say I was a big Migos fan, but they definitely had some hit songs. They had a lot of catchy songs over the years that, a lot of people gravitated towards them. So, like I said, rest in peace to Takeoff. And it seems like out of the three of the trio, Takeoff was like the most quietest one in the group. He was always like the laid back one, didn't talk too much, just peeped the scene and didn't have much to say. And that's the way, you supposed to move, you know. Don't talk too much, just relax, and just peep the scene and just enjoy your time wherever you are. And let me tell you something, guys, it's always like that. The people like that, who the laid back, quiet ones, who it seems like don't bother nobody, are the ones who always get killed. I don't know why it's like that. That's just the way it is. So you guys out here need to be careful. You need to pay attention to your circle. You need to pay attention to your surroundings. And you definitely need to protect your energy as far as the places that you go. Even me being from where I'm from, places I go, some places I just don't go no more. And if I go, I make sure that I'm ready. And I make sure that I'm not the people around me, within my immediate sphere aren't up to no good. And if I feel like some negative energy, I get up out of there. That's just the way it's supposed to be. I mean, there's been speculation that Takeoff died over a dice game, which may be the case. They have text messages and photos of them like kind of like in a circle before the incident happened of Takeoff being killed. And like I said, pay attention, guys, because it's always the ones who are the quiet ones who get killed, the ones who seem like they mind their business. I know he was in the rap industry. There are a lot of conspiracy theories about, a sacrifice and things like that. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised when it comes to Hollywood, but this just may be the case of anger, wrath from someone who maybe felt like they weren't treated unfairly, especially with shooting dice. I definitely know what that, I've been in that scenario, I'll tell you a story about me. So I know when it comes to shooting dice, unfortunately, among black males, the dice game can get heated. I used to shoot dice. You know what I'm saying? I used to shoot dice almost every day on a corner. You know what I'm saying? And if you felt like someone hit their point and they didn't really hit their point, fights would break out. I got in the fight, I got in the fight where I was in a dice game and, I was hitting someone's pockets. I was taking their money. My point came out. They got upset, said it wasn't my point, and we went to blows, and we made up at the end, but it could have went south because this guy who I fought was a known person who actually did hurt harmful things to people. Even though me and him were cool, we were friends. But towards the end, we kind of had a falling out because something happened. But off that one incident, with me, my life could have ended over something like that with a dice game. And I give you another scenario. I was at the MGM once, and I walked up to the dice game, to the crap table. Guy was shooting, and I guess you call them the clerks who handled the table, who called the table. He asked me I wanted to put my money. I was just standing there watching, and they kind of stopped the game a little bit for me, so if I could put my money on the table, but I didn't. So the guy just kept rolling. He was agitated. He crapped out. He got mad at me, started yelling at me. So we was about to go to, and I was just standing there. So this how lets you know how superstitious that these people are, man. When it comes to shooting dice, like among young black males, when it comes to the dice games, you best believe it. This is not the only instance where someone has got killed over a dice game. The dice games get heated. I just gave you two incidents of me being inside a casino when I wasn't even gambling. I was just standing at the table because people are so superstitious. I gave you an incident when I was younger, when I used to shoot dice, and it was like shooting behind my house. And a fight broke out between me and an older guy, one of the old heads, because he felt like his point didn't hit. Or he felt like I didn't hit my point. I'm sorry. So rest in peace to Takeoff, man. Pay attention, guys. It's always the guys who are quiet, who mind their business. Pay attention to your circle. Pay attention to your surroundings and stay away from these type of environments. And if you have to go around them, make sure that you're not around that certain crowd. Protect your life. Your life is more precious. And unfortunately, I know Takeoff, a lot of stuff that the Migos rapped about, Draco this, Draco that, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. And like I said, speculation is that, one of the people that were with Takeoff, got upset. He started shooting first. Speculation is that Takeoff actually got shot, but one of the people that with him, that he was like in the crossfire. So it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, guys. And I would just say again, just pay attention to where you're going, protect your surroundings, pay attention to your intuition, because it can happen to all of us. You know what I'm saying? And to all them young guys who may be listening to this video, stay away from them dice game. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from that stuff, man, because a lot of stuff comes out of that. Trust me, I know by experience. I'm speaking by experience. So again, rest in peace to Takeoff. I pray that his family, his comfort. I pray that it was just an incident where, that someone just got killed. It wasn't like a sacrifice, because we know this industry can get wild and get wicked. This industry can get real wicked. So it's just unfortunate it happened to these type of guys. Like I said, I had a guy who was my friend. He died on Thanksgiving going to a club, and he was the quietest guy, had a job, but just the people that he was around. Like I said, I know all this by experience. As I got older, I stopped going to certain places with certain people in my neighborhood because I knew that the energy wasn't right. And I knew if something went down, they weren't really about that. A lot of people just be faking and funking. So watch your circles, guys. Protect your energy. Listen to your intuition. God is talking to you through your intuition. Something don't feel right, get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Choose your friends wisely. Choose your crowd wisely. Once again, rest in peace to Takeoff. Just dropping some gems for y'all real quick.
Xavier, guys, good morning. This is just tragic, and investigators are still trying to piece together just who shot those fires. Now, we're also told that 2 people died. 2 others have been sent to the hospital. Investigators say this all started when a man shot into a crowd of people. We have video to show you what the scene looked like earlier this morning. Police say several off-duty deputies were working security, and that one of the deputies fired shots at a man, striking and killing him. They think that may have been the shooter, but they just don't know for sure just yet, which is why it's hard to pinpoint how this all played out. Right now, we do know that no one has been taken into custody, so it's still a story we'll be following throughout the morning. I'll send it back to you guys.
Deadly rampage this morning. That's according to the department. 3 people were killed. This all went down around 1 o'clock this morning outside of a structure.
Take a look at some video. This is video from when this unfolded just around 1 a.m. this morning. Now, police say the suspects waited for those inside to come out when he started to open fire. We're told multiple people were shot. 3 people have died. Chief Finner, who was on scene here just hours ago, had this to say.
And it's happened time and time again. And people ask the police chief and police leaders why, and what we don't even know why right now. Please pray. And all our spiritual leaders in and around our city, and also outside our city, around our nation. Let's pray.
Really strong words there from Chief Finner, just overall and what has unfolded here overnight and what we're continuing to see. Now, Finner says the investigation, of course, is still ongoing.
In this new surveillance video, you can hear the rapid gunfire, and you can also see partygoers running for cover. Police say a man was shot in the head.
Yeah, Reka, the victim, a man in his early 20s, remains hospitalized this afternoon in critical condition after police say he was shot in the head. Investigators now believe this all started as a drive-by shooting. They say someone in a dark-colored SUV shot into a large crowd. They say someone from that crowd then fired back, leading to a shootout. One neighbor's Ring camera capturing partygoers having a good time outside minutes before this dark-colored SUV is seen crossing Dallas Street and turning the corner. Seconds later, you hear the first series of gunshots and see people scrambling for safety, including a man holding what appears to be a gun. Then a second round of rapid gunfire can be heard, followed by more screaming as partygoers try to get away.
And I think we're just all kind of in shock at the moment.
Anthony Smith and his wife live just a couple houses down.
We heard 2 clips get unloaded, or my assumption there were 2 clips, about 25 gunshots. And then about 30 seconds later or so, there were about another half dozen. We instantly found positions that we felt were safe inside and tried to observe as much as we could. And I did call the cops.
After recovering several different types of ammunition at the scene, investigators believe there were multiple shooters. But despite bullets flying, they say fortunately no one else was hurt. Right now, police don't have a motive or a detailed suspect description, but they say surveillance footage they've reviewed shows that dark-colored SUV taking off following the shooting. Now, early this morning, they did detain one person. We're now waiting to get an update on his role in all of this.